1, 2, 3, action.
This is a town hall.
This is the town hall of town halls.
What is it? What is it? What is it like a town hall? I know what it is, but like, what is the definition? I'm familiar with what it is, but I can't like
whip out the Webster's dictionary and be like, "Yo, town hall is X."
What is? Yeah, let's.
You know, I can't tell you that actually. Let's
Really?
look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up.
Webster up this bitch real quick.
What is the definition of town hall?
Hall of the town.
Let's see. Oh, we'll say a building used for the administration of local government.
Oh.
An event at which a politician or public official answers questions with members of the public.
Wow.
That is exactly what it is. Holy shit.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
This is the Wholehearted Entertainment town hall.
This is the town hall when we're not answering any public questions.
Sure, yeah. Let's pretend like let's pretend like we're answering the questions, you know what I mean?
Okay, what, like we just make up questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, what are you going to do to lower taxes?
You know what, Cerise? That's a wonderful question. Thanks for asking that.
Thanks for taking my question.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful bun you have there.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful.
Appreciate that.
You really have a style. That updo girl is actually
Thank you
quite
so much.
wonderful.
I just got it.
Now back to your question about how am I going to lower taxes?
Yes, I would love to know.
Am I going to lower taxes?
I don't know.
Well,
like, I don't know. Maybe
is lowering taxes what we should do?
Okay.
Or is raising the minimum wage and raising what you get paid, is that really what matters?
Absolutely not.
See? So maybe it isn't let's lower taxes, let's increase wages.
Oh shit.
You know, maybe that could be the thing to solve
How about
our
we
issues
just
here.
completely get rid of taxes?
Well, Charisse, come on now, gal.
You're the government official answering the question.
That updo knows that is impossible to do. Because we are enslaved by a banking cartel, which is the Federal Reserve, and they...
which is ran by a minority group of people.
Yes, and they collect taxes only to pay off the debt with the Federal Reserve. So none of the taxes that you really pay, like income tax, those taxes aren't going to infrastructure or anything, or to pay the government or to pay anything.
You don't think so?
No, it's not. It's all going to pay off the debt with the Federal Reserve. No,
I feel like it's going through the government though.
No.
That's still part of the government.
No, it's not. The Federal Reserve isn't. So the Federal Reserve, so the Federal Reserve is a private entity. The Federal Reserve is the one that prints the money that gives to the banks and that gives to the U.S. Treasury.
Wait, what does federal mean though?
It's not. Ask Siri, dude.
That's like saying the FBI is not a part of the government though.
But it's not. So look, well, it is. But look up Federal Reserve. But look up the Federal Reserve. Ask Siri. Is the Federal Reserve part of the government? Okay. Or you can ask.
We're gonna ask ChatGPT because that gives a better answer.
Ask if the Federal Reserve is a private entity.
Federal Reserve. Let's see. A private entity.
ChatGPT might give you the censored version.
Probably. But here we're going to we're gonna send it and then it's gonna come up with the answer and then I'm gonna have it read it to us.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. It may not though.
It's not. It actually isn't. It's not.
Well, I'm saying it may not give us the censor version because ChatGPT is like directly linked to
the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Now it is.
Hopefully we got a good answer here.
Let's listen. Let's listen to what it has to say. ChatGPT, don't let us down. Please give us the correct information. We're praying to ChatGPT.
No, I mean that's when people start doing that. I use Honestly, it's crazy. I use ChatGPT all day long.
Oh, really?
That shit is amazing.
I do too.
That shit's
Well,
incredible.
not as much as I used to,
That shit's incredible.
but I still use it about every day.
Yeah, it's just incredible.
It is very incredible.
It's so fucking.
It's not
useful.
reading it to me.
It's not reading
Okay,
it?
the Federal Reserve, the Fed, is often described as a unique institution because it has both public and private elements. Legally, it is an independent central bank created by Congress, meaning it is neither fully a government agency nor a private institution. Here's a breakdown of its structure and nature. Public component. The Federal Reserve was established by the Federal Reserve Act in 1913 as an independent government entity. Its purpose is to oversee monetary policy, regulate banks, stabilize the financial system, and provide banking services. The Board of Governors, the Fed's main governing body, is a federal agency, and its members are appointed by the President of the United States and confirmed by Senate. And it says private component. The Fed structure includes 12 regional Federal Reserve banks, which are technically private corporations.
See?
These banks are owned by commercial banks in the respective regions, which hold stock in the regional Federal Reserve Bank. However, the stock does not carry traditional ownership rights. Its dividends are controlled over control over operation, as it would be in a typical private corporation. Wow.
So, all of the banking families, from the Rockefellers, the Warburgs, the
hold on, let me read this last part. I didn't think of this last part. It says the independence and accountability. The Feds operate independently of direct government control in terms of day-to-day operations and decision-making around monetary policy. However, it is accountable to Congress, which can amend the Federal Reserve Act, theoretically altering the Fed's structure or mandate. The Fed regularly reports to Congress and is audited by the Government Accountability Office. Though there are limits on the aspects of its operations, can be audited to maintain its independence in setting policy. In summary, the Fed is best seen as a public institution with a unique structure that combines elements of private ownership and independent operation, but it operates within a framework of government oversight and public accountability.
So all of that is, most of that, 80% of that is real, and the rest of it is bullshit. But basically, all of the banking families or the industrial age families, so like the Warburgs, the DuPonts, the Morgans, the Warburgs, the Fords, all those people. Rockefeller, obviously, the Carnegie.
Yeah.
All of their families are the ones that are owners of the Federal Reserve banks.
Wow.
And so there's an amazing book. Damn, I forget the full title. But
so you think that description that we just read was wrong? What was wrong about it?
They're not telling you the full component of it. They're not telling you who actually genuinely owns the banks.
Oh, well, I mean, it did say that it was like privately run, but within a framework of government.
Yeah. But I mean, they really have no oversight of them. The government really can't do anything if they can't set any policies. And so like let me kind of break it down to you. The Act of 1913 basically made all of us modern day slaves because what it did is that it gave us up as like your social security number. So there wasn't a social security number before 1913. Social security number was basically a number that was given to you, to your fictitious version of you, to the corporate you, because we're in a corporate structure.
To the corporate version of you.
It's called straw man. To your straw man. So you identify as a straw man, as a all caps person, not an original person. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like take your ID out and look how your ID is spelled.
So you're saying that you're not an official person.
You're not an official person.
The government is accounted for you.
So the whole process was, you're born, you get a birth certificate. That certificate, you get a number. That number is traded on the stock exchange. That number is basically your value to them and how much money you are going to pay back to the Federal Reserve.
You're talking about your social security number?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because that's what it is. It's not a social security number. It's that number is traded on the stock exchange like as a commodity. Like your number. Like
so I'm being traded on the stock right now.
Yes.
And you are too.
We all are. Unless you break from your straw man,
Yeah.
and you become a sovereign national,
Or you're an illegal immigrant.
no, or that, but whatever. Like as long as you don't, like, you strip yourself of that, and you claim your straw man,
Yeah.
like you claim you originally, then all of that.
Well, how the fuck do you claim you?
There's a whole process. Like you have to claim your natural self and where
I've
you were
never
born.
heard of this in my life.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
So you have to
sovereign
do
national.
that. So I haven't did that. So does that mean I have to do that?
I mean, we all should do that, but no one knows about it. And the people that do know about it, and they do one thing wrong, they arrest them and put them away for life.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, because they know that that's really what's going on. That's how they keep you enslaved and keep you in debt. And so if people find out and they teach people how to get out of it, my friend's in jail right now.
Your friend's in jail?
In jail because he learned how to get his sovereignty.
Was he a U.S. citizen?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
And he was making millions of
Was
dollars
he
before
born
that.
in the U.S.?
Yes, the guy was making millions of dollars. He was super cool. He finally found out about the straw man information.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck is that bullshit? And so he found somebody that was doing it. He did it for him. And then this kid was like, fuck that. I'm telling everybody. And he started selling the program on how to do it yourself. And then he got arrested, and they got arrested for fraud and all this crazy shit because they're trying to claim that he was frauding people, but he wasn't frauding people. He legitimately was going to, like, he would buy a fucking car, for example.
Yeah.
And he would go and it would be $100,000 and he would just get it erased. Like the debt erased because he knew the proper paperwork and things that he needed to submit to be able to release that debt.
I'm baffled.
Bro, I'm telling you, look up the straw man. There's some books that are incredible on this shit, and you start to realize that you're really literally sold as a commodity.
The straw man.
And look, and
let's look that shit up, bro.
And
the straw man in the U.S.
Like the U.S. No. Go to
What do you look up?
Let me find it for you here. One sec. Let me see. The straw man. It's on Amazon.
Because I know of like the straw man arguing, like you take a position that can be, there's steel man and then there's straw man.
Straw man, bro.
Like you take different positions on
There it is.
opposing sides.
Meet your straw man and whatever you want to know. Common Law Handbook for Jurors, Sheriffs, Bailiffs, and Justices. This literally will tell you exactly how you're structured. Let's have who meets there. What do they do? Like some of these reviews, bro. If nobody has told you that you have a straw man, then this could be a very interesting experience for you. Your straw man was created when you were very young, far too young to know anything about it. But then it wasn't meant to be a secret, as its purpose is to swindle you. It has been used very effectively to do just that ever since it was created. I'm telling you, those books, bro. I'm about to buy all three right now.
Whoa. No, that's insane. A straw man. So
Dude,
am
I'm
I
telling
a
you,
straw man?
Everyone has their straw man. Look at your social security card. Take your ID out right now.
I don't have my ID.
Oh, you don't have your ID?
Uh-uh.
You fucking motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Dude, but anyways, listen. So the straw man. So basically, your social security number is basically a debt that you owe that a part of the Federal Reserve. So every time the Federal Reserve gives money to the government, that debt is attached to you. And so, you want to hear some crazy shit? The legal system. First of all, the legal system is processed through what's called admiralty law. So it's law of the ocean and the seas.
Law of the ocean?
Yes.
What the fuck does that mean?
Admiralty law. It's law. It's how law is practiced in the ocean.
What?
International waters and
in
shit.
The ocean?
Yeah. Anyways,
so you're saying like whenever like you're in between countries.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Admiralty law. Admiralty law is law that's on ships and shit.
Yeah, so like exactly.
International law.
Yeah, so like whenever I was on a cruise, I learned that whenever it came to drinking, like you had to be 21 to drink, but then after you passed a certain limit,
level,
it's 18 or not even 18.
International waters,
16.
And that international waters, and that's why they also do casinos. But you can't play on the casinos until you're out in the sea. In the ocean.
So what happens with all like the taxes? The taxes of everything generated on the
it's
boat.
You don't have to. That's why cruises make so much money.
Oh well, I guess they'd also be like if the business itself is through the United States.
Not really, actually. I think a lot of it is based off of where the flag of the boat is. So the country, whatever country flagged from, is what. That's why that's why most yachts and all these massive billionaires, they like have their boats like flagged in like the Bahamas, or because the regulations are different, everything's different.
Well, I know a lot of companies, like huge corporations, make their corporations in other countries.
Oh yeah, like Ireland.
Or just anywhere where they can avoid like high taxes.
So that's what Facebook and Google do. Facebook and Google basically have a subsidiary company. That owns the rights to, let's say, Google.
A parent, you're talking about a parent company, and then Google is a subsidiary. Well, it's Alphabet actually.
I don't know exactly how the structure works, but basically the structure is that the corporation in Ireland is the main corporation that owns the IP.
Yeah, it's like the parent company.
I don't think it's an umbrella. I think it's an umbrella.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's the same thing.
So whatever. So that LLC or that corporation owns all of the IP to it.
Yeah.
And so to avoid taxes, the other corporation pays them IP royalties.
Yeah.
And so those royalties are based off of basically what their taxable income is.
Yeah.
So they don't pay taxes.
Exactly. None of them do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, with the big, you ever heard of the Big Five?
Yeah.
It's the biggest the five biggest accounting firms.
Yep.
Yeah, so they do all of the taxes and do all of the audits for the biggest corporations in America
and the world.
Yes, and all those corporations, and actually, it's a law that you don't have to, like, you're not, an IRS agent doesn't just show up and audit you. The corporations hire the people to audit them. So they hire anybody from the Big Five. So then they do their shit, and then they can also do all the loopholes. So they can make more money.
Bro, it's just crazy. But let me get back to the admiralty law thing. So
yeah, I want to hear that.
Our courts are part of the admiralty law. And so different jurisdictions, and because we're dealing with the corporation, when you go to court, you represent the live person, and you're representing the straw man, the all capital. Actually, let me just see. Where's my wallet here?
You are representing.
You are misrepresenting yourself without knowing it, because you don't know that you are different from the straw man.
Yeah.
If you look at people's ID, if you look at your ID.
Yeah, maybe don't show your ID.
I'm just not gonna show my everything. But if you see, look, it's all capital letters.
Yeah. That's you.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's your straw man, because that's all that's all capital letters you.
Huh.
And so anyways, so my point is that
all capital letters you. So then what is the regular you? So there's a straw man, and then what is the other term for the other one? Yeah,
you're natural being. Like you're a natural, like you know what I mean? Like
wow.
So anyways, so admiralty law is based off of in the court system is all based off of admiralty law.
Yeah.
And so remember I was telling you how they assign a value, like your social security number is like a value, and how much you're valued in the stock exchange that you're being traded. This is gonna get crazy.
No, it's already crazy to me.
So if you look at it in court, why do you think the white man gets away with things that the black man doesn't?
Like what?
Like murders or rapes or all these other things.
Maybe it could be something to do with, like, they know people.
Part of it, sure, absolutely.
They know more people. Could be, and I don't think that it's specifically a race thing.
It's not. Well, so can I explain what it really is?
Yeah, what is it?
So it's all about socioeconomic level.
Yeah.
So the system knows that usually Hispanic or black man pays less taxes or doesn't pay taxes at all. And so they get more time in the system, because that's the way that they pay back part of their debt, because they're working in the prisons. And so the white man, they know that the white man will usually always pays their taxes and is worth more taxable income to the society, then they would be sitting in jail.
Okay, now tell them your ethnicity so that you're not labeled. This podcast is not labeled racist.
I'm Colombian. I'm half Italian, half Colombian. Like my grandmother is black, so no racism whatsoever. Like it just stating pure facts here. So they'll like a black man for the same charges will get more time because the white man look at it. Mm-hmm. They're more valuable out of jail than in jail.
Wow.
And so they assign values to all of these different ethnicities and people, and your tax value is high. Usually, if you've worked all your life, 30 years, 30, 40 years of your life, and you've paid into Medicare and paid all your taxes, you've done all that stuff, you have paid off more of that Federal Reserve debt than someone who's an illegal immigrant or someone who's black, or I'm not saying someone who's black, but people of other races and who are less likely or who are not paying the taxes as much, or not, who are either in the in the welfare system or whatever it is, they're not paying any taxes. They're getting tax returns, and so they're now increasing more the what's it called, the tax debt of that individual.
Yeah. So
that's why they get more time in prison, because they get more.
It doesn't really have to do. It doesn't have to do with your race or anything. You was saying
like socioeconomic class.
That you're just saying that it just so happens that the majority of those races that you mentioned are just so happen to be like lower class.
Right. It's all lower class.
The majority of
them are lower class, and so they're paying off less of that debt to the Federal Reserve. And so that's why they're given more time in prison, because time in prison is either, especially in certain states, it's like hard labor, or they make you work factory jobs for fucking 20 cents an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
And so that's how they're getting your taxable income out of that individual. I'm telling you.
So how you're getting your taxable, like your value, I don't know about
it's a
taxable
tax
income.
value.
So like your taxable income, I would think like would come from if you're getting paid via another company, you're working for a company or so, and they give you money, then the government takes a chunk of that because there is a transaction being made,
and that chunk goes not into paying anything to do with the American debt. It goes directly to the Federal Reserve Bank.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say it goes directly to Israel, but we can say
then to Israel. But that's that's the cycle. So that's the cycle, and this is why the Federal Reserve just continues to print money, because they can print money forever.
Yeah.
Because the American government is backing it, and not the American government, us the people are backing it.
Yeah.
Unknowingly. And we're caught in this vicious cycle. We'll always be in debt. And this is why Andrew Jackson almost got killed, because he wanted to stop the gold. He wanted to bring back, to nationalize the dollar again at the time, and really back it with gold and silver. And they almost killed him. And every other president that was trying to do the same was killed. John F. Kennedy was also trying to renationalize the treasury.
Yeah.
And print our own money, and he got killed before. And he got killed, and right after he got killed, they transferred. They stopped that bill, whatever it was that he was trying to.
Yeah. So like there was, Nixon take the gold standard off? Yeah, completely. So what was it beforehand then? Like
everything was pegged off of the dollar. So basically, if we go back further to before the Great Depression.
Yeah, because I feel like something had to have happened in between Andrew Jackson.
Well, a lot of things happened in 1913.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's what the book is called. Look, this book, it will tell you exactly. The Creature of Jekyll Island. Hold on, see. The Creature
of Jekyll Island. This all sounds wild, bro.
So look, The Creature of Jekyll Island. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is a classic expose. Are read it to you.
Expose of Doze.
This is the classic expose of the Fed that has become one of the best-selling books in its category of all time. Where does money come from? Where does it go? Who makes it? The money magician's secrets are unveiled. Here is a close look at the mirrors and smoke machines, the pulleys, cogs, and wheels that create the grand illusion called money. A boring subject? Just wait. You'll be hooked in 5 minutes. It reads like a detective story, which it really is. But it's all true. The book is about the most blatant scam of history. It's all here. The causes of wars, boom, bust cycles, inflation, depression, prosperity. Your view will definitely change. Putting it quite simply, this may be the most important book on world affairs you will ever read. The 5th edition includes a no-holds-barred analysis of bank bailouts that are shown to be nothing less than legalized plunder of the people. Many other updates have been added, including a revision of the list of who attended the historic meeting at the Jekyll Island where the Federal Reserve was created. So, basically, he writes
Jekyll Island.
He writes about Jekyll Island is off of Georgia. It's a very affluent island.
Yeah.
And in 1912, I believe in December of 1912 or some date in the 1912s, it was a meeting between all of those banking families, and that's where they drafted the Federal Reserve Act themselves. Yeah. It wasn't Congress. It wasn't anyone else. It was them. It was these banking families that all of their representatives came to Jekyll Island, and they were there for about a week. And during that week, they were the ones that set up the entire Federal Reserve Act. So
wow.
So that's a great book that exposes it. I haven't read that yet. What did you say
it was called?
The Creature of Jekyll Island.
The Creature of Jekyll Island.
And so that explains, that will help explain everything and understanding of the straw man and all that stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
So, like example, like look at American Indians. Look at the access that American Indians have. Why do you think they have that? Because American Indians are sovereign.
Look at the what?
The American Indians.
No. You said did you say accent? What'd you say? Look at the what?
The American Indians.
Of the American Indians?
No, just look at the way they move. Oh. American Indians are sovereign. They're not technically Americans.
Well, they're not technically Indians either.
Right, obviously. With our fucking bullshit. But basically, they're sovereign individuals. Their laws, the American laws, usually don't apply to them. Because they are not American U.S. corporate citizens.
Oh, that's why you can gamble in Cherokee.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they have legal rights because they are a sovereign. They're a country. Yeah. In the eyes of the U.S., they're a foreign entity. Yeah, they don't fall under the jurisdiction of the of Admiralty law, which is what we're under, and so the laws don't apply to them, and the laws also don't apply to anyone that's not a corporate fiction. So the process to get out of that, you have to do a lot of things. You have to recertify your birth certificate. You have to send in paperwork acknowledging that you know that you have a straw man and that you are releasing the straw man. It's a whole big process.
Who do you send the paperwork to?
It's the government. And that's why.
What the fuck? So what happens if you don't? And that's why.
The thing is, and that's why, if you don't do the paperwork right, or if you make a mistake, you can go to jail.
What the fuck?
There's people that are sitting in jail right now because they made a mistake and they filed the wrong paperwork or they found the wrong thing and they caught them up with some shit and they put them in jail.
So are you saying that legally you have to go through the straw man process of acknowledging that you are a natural person?
It's literally it's all a complicated gaggle fuck of information and things you have to file and with the courts and everything, but it's a process. But people do it. People do it every day.
But what happens if you don't?
If you don't what?
If you don't do it, because like you're telling me this information and I don't know this information, and I talk to a lot of people, and if somebody hasn't told me about this now, I feel like that I would say the majority of people do not know about this.
Oh, 99% of people don't know about this.
99%. I've never heard of this in my life.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And I've heard of a lot of things in my life.
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
When I learned about that shit, when I learned about the straw man shit, and I was like, what?
Well, it's like a big... I mean, there's a lot of shit that I don't know, but... And I acknowledge that all the time, but... I feel like that this is a big deal, and that most massive. People should know about it, or like why don't they know about it?
Because no one teaches them. Because if people knew all this bullshit, they wouldn't even they wouldn't look. It's gotten to the point where, like, even bills, like, there's a bank account with money under, like, in your name, like, that's sitting there, that's being traded, so you can tap into that money. There's millions of dollars that are sitting in bank accounts that are technically your money, and there's people that even like don't even pay bills because the bills are already paid in your name through that account that you don't touch, but you're double paying bills. So the bills that you're paying currently, you shouldn't even have to be paying because those bills are covered already by that bank account.
What the fuck,
dude,
bro?
Yo, there's people. I'm telling you.
So have you accessed your bank account?
I haven't because I had the right person, this guy, but then he got arrested and he hasn't come back around at all. But
That's so crazy.
Yo, it's crazy. Like he would go buy $100,000 car, and then 2 days later put in paperwork to release the fucking debt of that car and literally have a $100,000 car for free.
So do you think that it's a coincidence that he got locked up, or you think that he got locked up for something that had to do with that?
No,
shit?
he got locked up because he was selling that information.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
What the fuck?
Yep, bro.
Whoa.
He had diplomatic plates. He had diplomatic plates as a regular dude.
Yeah, like, are you talking about like permanent license plates?
No, like licenses that are say diplomat on it.
Yeah.
Like the blue and red.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about,
bro. No, you can't be stopped on that shit. No one can fuck with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, like he was doing crazy shit. And that's the thing.
But when
he got caught up because he was selling it. He was selling that information. He shouldn't have been doing that. He shouldn't have just doing it with his boys and like helping his friends out.
Well, even like him doing that. Well, what about you talking about it on here?
What about it?
Can they not come after you?
I mean, I wasn't involved at all. I was, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I'm talking about like you telling me about this information.
I mean, I mean, if you look at it, it's public. It's really public information. It's just people haven't found that information.
Oh, okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Like if you go digging into the Congress Library of Congress and all that shit, like you're gonna find all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you just look through law. You know, you look through all the laws and all the things, and like you know.
That's why I've been to that big ass library in Washington.
Yeah, Library of Congress.
Yeah, it's a huge library.
That place has so many fucking rare books that no one will ever see. I never picked up a single
book. I didn't even like. I barely even went in. I kind of like just seen from the outside. They actually had the doors open, and I seen from the outside because it was doing something like cleaning or something like that.
Yeah, man.
And I'd seen like the inside of the shit. It was pretty wild.
It's crazy because if you look back at everything, the U.S. was founded as a corporation. So we are the United States of America and the U.S. is very different things. There's
but the corporation. What do you mean by that?
There's a United States of America.
Yeah.
And there's a USA.
Yeah.
So
wait, where are you getting this information from?
It's just. I mean, it's all information that's out there if you look for it.
So there's two separate. What do you mean by that? So you're saying
the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia. Why do you think the district? Yes, Washington D.C.
Yeah.
That is separate from the United States. That's why D.C. has its own sovereignty.
That's why its own district. Yeah.
Yes. Just like Rome, like the Vatican in Rome.
Yeah.
And the City of London. Those are all corporations.
But corporations.
And those corporations are the ones that run the country.
Wow. So
the City of London literally is the.
So you're saying that's what they,
where all the banks like that. It's its own sovereign shit. Like it has its own police department.
Yeah.
It has its own set of laws. That's why the District of Columbia also has. You can buy mushrooms and psychedelics and all this crazy shit in Washington, the middle of Washington D.C. because it's its own district.
Yeah, you can buy weed there too. Last time I went there, weed was legal there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is why it comes back to the U.S. was just Rome.
I thought that it was
the U.S. was the Roman Empire.
I thought that it was a part of Maryland, though.
No, man. The District of Columbia, it's its own entity as a country. Like it's its own thing. Like
so
it's
there's the USA and then the United States of America.
Yeah.
Well, what does USA stand for?
United States of America. But it's like
but it's spelled differently.
There's a guy that talks about it well, and he explains it properly. But it's like one is the United States of America, and the other one is the U.S. of something. It's like you can see the clear differences in the names.
One of them's United States of America, the other one's the United States of America.
And it honestly is some
bullshit.
Yeah, so it's some shit, but you can tell the difference. Like if you actually start to study this and you start to watch videos and see how people explain it in the law, you start to notice a difference. And you start to see all these things, and the easiest one is just looking at your ID. Like you look at your ID, it's all caps. That's technically not you.
So then, what is you?
C. My name is Chris. So C, capital C, lowercase h, lowercase r, lowercase I s t i a n.
Wow.
And when you're in court, and the people that go to court to fight their things, that's how they speak it. They say, "I am Christian."
Whatever your last
capital
name is.
Capital C, lowercase h, lowercase r, lowercase I, lowercase s, lowercase t, all that.
Wow. So
I'm telling
that's
you,
confusing.
We can't even like really pop. It would be cool to be able to pop. No, to pop like a video.
To pop a tab,
like
in the
to
middle
watch
of this.
to pop a video in so you can see and you can react to it. Like we can like it would have been cool to be able to like put it into the video, but like you can go on YouTube and just look up what your straw man is. And
it could be taken down too. Yeah.
Oh right, exactly.
Copyright, and even fair use. They bullshit with fair use a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like they'll say something is fair use if you use it to like react to it or give your opinions on it.
Oh, so they won't monetize it then.
Most likely, like they won't. They might not take the video down, but they will unmonetize it if it does get monetized. But no, the straw man, that whole straw man argument, which is that's not what it is, but that's the only straw man that I've ever heard of was a straw man argument. It's like where you take like a weaker side of an argument, and then like the steel man argument where you take a more.
What is a straw man?
Well, you can't really play it. We're gonna have to.
What is it? What is a straw man? What is a straw man?
Let's see.
Straw man.
Straw man. A fictitious person, especially one that is weak or flawed. A tenacious and an exaggerated counter-argument that an advocate puts forward for the sole purpose of disproving it. Also termed straw man argument.
That's exactly what I was telling you.
A third party used in some transactions as a temporary transferee to allow the principal parties to accomplish something that is otherwise impressionable. A person hired to post a worthless bail bond for the release of an accused, also termed a strenuous homo. Whoa,
that's homo. Probably...
So the third one is a third party used in some transactions as a temporary transferee to allow the principal parties to accomplish something that is otherwise impermissible. So you are the third party, the straw man, and a third party used in some transactions, court transactions and tax transactions, as a temporary transferee to allow the principal parties to accomplish something that is otherwise impermissible. So it literally means that you have to give permission to the court for your straw man for you to represent your straw man and transact in that way. And that's Black's Law Dictionary, 7th edition.
Okay, so if you're
Black's Law is a different English.
So if you're going through life under your straw man name, and say you have to go to court for something and it is under your straw man name, then what is the issue there? If there's like because they're both a straw man name, so you associate with that, so you are in your straw man form.
Right. That's why the admiralty law and all these jurisdictions go for you, because as a natural being, as a natural organic person made by God, like God's law, you have unalienable rights, and they can't do certain shit to you. But because you don't realize that you're a straw man, that you have a straw man, and you're representing your straw man, they can do whatever the fuck they want with you because you're representing that straw man.
So why don't lawyers ever suggest to you?
Because lawyers have because those motherfuckers, because they would lose,
because they're making fuck ton of money off of the shit.
Exactly, bro.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, I got you.
That's why the whole Esquire thing, and
Yeah.
all that, and they keep these motherfuckers in line. The bar association, and all this stuff is because these people either don't know about it either because they're dumb,
Yeah.
or the ones that do know about it are suppressed and silenced. They don't want other people to know because they would lose tons of money because now people don't need their lawyers.
Yeah.
Because they can represent themselves because they are the natural organic people and say, I am not a straw person, that I've released myself of that.
Uh-huh.
And you have no jurisdiction over my natural body.
Wow. So in order to fix that, you have to fill out a bunch of paperwork.
Dude,
and
it's
shit.
a lot of crazy shit. It's a lot of stuff that you have to because the
So
way
how-
to do it is like you make yourself a state national.
So what you're saying is that like through this process, you basically just get like diplomatic immunity.
Basically,
Wow.
it's like becoming people also call it becoming a state national.
Yeah.
So you were born in New York. Like for example, I was born in New York State.
Yeah.
New York State is sovereign from the District of Columbia.
Yeah.
So I basically announce my nationalism for the state. So I'm a state national. So then on my IDs and everything else, it's like you're showing you're as a state national. And someone that can't be touched because you're sovereign from the District of Columbia's jurisdiction.
Whoa. So, but you're still a straw man.
No, at that point you're not. If you're a state national, you're no longer a straw man.
Yeah, but we're both straw men.
We're both straw hard right now.
We're both straw.
Strawing hard, dude.
Straw and hard.
Strawing hard.
Damn.
I had hope because my boy who got arrested doing it. I had hope because I was gonna do it with him.
Yeah.
But dude, like
He got arrested and put
locked
away
up.
for life.
Won't let me out.
Is he still in jail?
I have not heard from him. I have no idea how. I don't know. I have no idea how he's doing. I have
Yo.
no idea what happened.
What the fuck?
Dude, he was chilling, bro. He was.
So
He
is
had,
that where
he
you-
had a telegram. Go. Oh, let me know. Let me. I don't think
So
I
is that where
have
you
it.
got all the information from?
No. I knew this years ago.
Well, where the hell did you get the prior information from?
Bro, a video from the 90s, dude.
Wow.
Strawman video from the 90s. And then one of my mentors, shout out to Amar, love you, dog. He
yeah.
kind of put me on and started teaching me things. He started having me read the Black's Law Dictionary.
Yeah.
So there's regular English and there's Black's Law, like law English.
Yeah.
And the thing is that most politicians and lawyers and stuff use Black's Law English.
Uh-huh.
Black's Law English definitions and words and structures are very different than regular English. So, I was reading I've read the Black's Law Dictionary and some of the things that says and what certain words represent and certain things. And so they just know how to maneuver and manipulate your mind. And if you make one wrong mistake in the process of like talking to the judge or filing paperwork, doing all these things, they like literally throw the book at you. Anything they can throw at you, they throw at you. Because they know that if you're going to start freeing yourselves. And that means that there's no more taxable income.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like that I've heard a guy that got well versed in those laws, and they tried to do everything that they could to get at him, and they couldn't do shit because he knew all of
the
them
law
front and back. Yeah.
Yep.
It's some black guy that I know from. You ever heard of Gary?
Gary V?
The numbers guy.
Yeah.
Gary the numbers guy.
GG33.
Yes, holy fucking shit! You know Gary the numbers
Of
guy.
course.
Yeah, his buddy on there.
Yeah.
He's the reoccurring guy on there.
Yeah.
He's super duper cool, bro. Very very smart.
Yeah.
And he knows like all those laws that
All that
I'm
shit.
pretty sure it's
That's all
exactly
that.
what
It's
you're
exactly-
talking
it's
about.
exactly what it is.
And so he learned all that shit, and then they figured something out about him, and then they tried to pin something on him.
Yep, and they couldn't.
It was like a huge lawsuit, and he went in court and represented himself.
Yep.
And he's not even a lawyer. I don't even
Yep.
think that he went to law school.
Nope.
And so he went through the whole process, and he got freed because he beat the case.
Yep.
Ain't that insane, bro?
I'm telling you.
Wow. That is wild. So you really don't need lawyers. No, lawyers are Donald Trump talks about that too. He's saying how the majority of people that would is basically corrupting America is a bunch of lawyers.
Of course.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
it's all lawyer bullshit. That's what he was saying too in the newest Joe Rogan interview. He breaks a lot of the stuff down, like the stuff that is called that they consider illegal, or like the certain fines that they put on people is just to make the other people more money.
Yeah, of course.
It's not. It has nothing to do with like what's right about it or wrong, because he was saying something about something they're trying to conserve some sort of plant or something, and it's just like a bullshit plant that doesn't mean anything and it has nothing to do with anything, and they're trying to protect it. And if you if you barely touch it, that's like $1,000 fine. And so then they go out there and try to regulate this shit, and then they have to get paid, and then it's just a whole rigmarole of money bullshit.
Yep, it's man,
Scams.
Like, it's just scams. It's that's bureaucracy bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, and I don't know, man. I guess being exposed. I guess being from like in the city life and like being exposed to different things and different, you start to realize how the world really works. Like, living here in Taylorsville for so long, for now a couple, it's been 4 years, but really technically almost a year. You can't blame the people for being so close-minded and for being like the way they are a lot of the times, because they're not really exposed to anything else.
So they don't really care. Ignorance is bliss.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's like it's true. It's like I've been exposed to so many different things and so many different lifestyles and situations and businesses and everything that I'm seeing, and I'm like, oh shit, like the things that Donald Trump talks about, like that the left wants to call conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, like I know it's true because I've lived some crazy shit. I've seen some crazy shit. I've been exposed to how bad corruption is in this country or other countries and all over the world. Like
it's insane.
Like going to Colombia, for example. It's like you can go to Colombia and let's say for example, drunk driving. Let's just say drunk driving, something.
Yeah.
Someone's drunk driving in Colombia, for example, and the cop stops them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally just throw them $20 or $50, and
then you're good.
And 80 or 90% of the time, you're good.
I actually Andrew Tate talks about that shit too, where like there's a different types of corruption,
right?
Where like there's corruption in a sense of if a senator's son gets into some sort of legal troubles, then he automatically has immunity. And then the same exact legal trouble happens to somebody like us, just regular everyday person, and then
they get the book fucking thrown at them.
They get the book thrown at them, and then they're fucked. It doesn't matter what they do.
Yep.
But in other countries where corruption is more accessible,
right,
then the people themselves can get through things by paying off like just firsthand.
Yep.
Like you don't have to be of any sort of, if you give the cops a certain amount of money, then they're gonna let you go.
Yep. And it's even at levels like if you're building a restaurant and an inspector comes in and he sees some bullshit and he doesn't want to fucking give you something and you throw him a couple $, your problem solved. So it's like sometimes it works better than bureaucracy.
Yeah. Whereas they like pick and choose who they decide to do that to.
Right. And or like that's also one of the things that I've seen on a global scale, when I've heard of or spoken to people that do big deals globally, or myself when I was involved in some deals, like you start to notice that everyone takes a piece of something. Like someone always has their hand out, wanting money.
Yeah.
At every single level, from the guy that washes the fucking cleans the fucking streets, to like all the way up to the president. You know what I mean? Like you think these guys, like you think these Mexican cartels or these Colombian cartels don't have hundreds of millions of dollars that they're giving politicians?
Yeah, and shit. Yeah,
like the presidents. Like I can almost guarantee you that even U.S. presidents have gotten bags. I can almost guarantee you that one of these presidents has probably gotten $100 million from a cartel. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of it's all public information too. That book by RFK Jr., Real Anthony Fauci, bro, he breaks down a lot. He talks about a lot of the corruption within the government and a lot of the money circulating from other countries to the U.S. through the government. And they're talking about, he was saying how, like, Fauci, he made millions of dollars from China. Like, China gave him millions of dollars. And he, it's hand in hand with COVID-19 and had it let loose. Like, our tax money paid for a lot of the research that was done in China in the Wuhan lab. For the virus.
So I did some studying, and so I think what they did is they released the virus at the military Olympic Games in August or October of 2019 in Wuhan, China. So it was the military. So it was the let me get an exact date on that. It was the
but that's like he was He was also saying that if the book was untrue, if everything that he said in the book was untrue, then he could sue. Then, like, Dr. Fauci could sue.
Right.
I don't even call him Dr. Fauci, actually.
He's a fucking bitch.
He's definitely not a doctor. I don't consider him a doctor whatsoever.
Listen,
Anthony Fauci.
So listen to this.
Yeah.
This is from Wikipedia. The 2019 Military World Games. It was in Wuhan, China, October 18th to the 27th.
It's crazy.
2019. And what does that mean? It was all the militaries of all of the entire world.
Wow. No, that is actually wild.
Look, so the venues, the opening ceremony, the marketing, the sports. Let's see. Let's look at the list of countries, participating nations. It was reported that 109 nations took part in the event, including athletes from Russia. In September in 2019, the International Association of Athletics Federation approved athletes from Russia with the authorized national athlete statute to take part of the event. However, all Russian Athletic Federation remained silent on the participation of its athletes. The state of Palestine participated in the event, but Israel did not. Interesting that Israel didn't. List of participating nations: Albania, Algeria, Angola, Argentina, Armenia, Austria, Bahrain, Barbados, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Botswana, Brazil, Bulgaria,
basically
every single country: Colombia, Ecuador, Estonia, Greece, Italy, Lebanon, all of these people.
Wow.
And then all of the the United States.
Wow.
Let's look.
It's like we're talking about the Epstein
United
list.
States, 59 people from the United States.
Yeah.
From 59 representatives.
So what was you saying about that?
They released the virus at that games.
Because they was all from a different country.
They were all from different countries,
they could take
and they all
different
left.
countries, and then they could all spread it.
And it was end of October 2019.
Wow. Yeah. That is insane.
So that's when they released it.
That is wild. That's whenever they potentially could have released it.
No, that's when they released it, dude. That's when they released
It's whenever they possibly released it.
No, dude, that's when they released it. That's exactly when they released it. They released it during those games.
Yeah. I mean, it does kind of make sense.
Because of course it makes sense, because then all those people are in the military.
Well, but there's also cases too where, like, there's people that was in other countries that they got it in that country. Like, there was a bunch of people in China, and then they came back to the United States, and then it was spread out, and then vice versa on other countries as well.
Well, I mean, think about it. Do you think only military people were going to the events? It was military people and their families.
Yeah,
there were other spectators going. It's not like it was just military people.
Yeah,
it was other spectators. It was other people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So of course.
Wow. Yeah, that's man. It makes you think about all the other shit, all the other shit that's out there.
And have you seen the Olympics, the 2012 Olympics, the opening ceremony?
No.
It literally shows you COVID.
I seen this year though.
It was weird as fuck.
Yeah, did you see this year's?
Yeah, I mean, I not really saw it like that, but It's kind of a little bit, not too much.
it's very
very weirdo shit.
It's very weirdo shit.
Yeah,
Yep,
man.
it's very weirdo shit, man.
Yeah, everything that's gonna be happening now with this election and all that stuff, it's just gonna get crazy.
You think
Things are
so?
gonna get
What do you
wild.
think's
Yeah,
gonna happen
things
next?
Man, so I don't know, man. Like the thing is that it's gotten to the point where you don't know what's gonna happen. Like one of two things is gonna happen, but I think they're both gonna come out with the same result. If Trump takes it, the left will explode and riots everywhere and mass chaos, and this is why they brought in all those migrants. They're gonna deputize all the migrants to be to be UN soldiers.
Illegal migrants.
All the migrants, all the migrants,
clarify
everyone,
that.
all the guys, all the people that they brought in, they're gonna deputize them as UN soldiers, and they're the ones that are gonna go through the cities and like lock everyone up and like. So, I think it's either gonna be that there's gonna be mass chaos on the Democrat side because of that, and there's gonna be like a bunch of false flags attacks, like shootings and a bunch of crazy shit. But if Kamala wins. Which, if she wins, it's obviously going to be stolen. Like, there's no way that she's going to win.
There's no way.
There's no way. But if she does and they steal it, then the South will rise up.
Yeah.
And they're going to push the narrative of...
South will rise up.
Oh, absolutely.
Whoa.
Everyone here in the South. Everyone.
The Confederation will be reborn.
It'll be reborn. That's exactly what they want. They want to create that mass chaos. Because if you look at all the political things that they've been talking about.
Yeah.
All the things and how they're hating so much on Trump's people.
Yeah.
It's going to be an easy thing to scapegoat and say, "Oh man, look at all these people trying to destroy America. Like they're trying to like uprise against a legitimate government."
Yeah, Joe Biden just released a statement like yesterday or something.
Yeah, about the
saying that Trump supporters are just completely garbage or some shit.
So then, with that, when there's an uprising, then that'll allow them to go into martial law, and that martial law isn't going to allow them to transfer power, and so. Yeah. We're going to go into martial law, and I think if we're in martial law, I think China and Russia are going to attack.
Well, I'm pretty sure isn't the difference between like the U.S. government and then like a lot of other ones is that the people not the governments, the military, the U.S. military, and then more dictatorial governments. In the U.S., I'm pretty sure that the people within the military have a say in what goes on. So if they're given orders, then they don't have to directly follow those orders if everybody disagrees with it.
Look.
So if most people in the platoon disagree with the orders that are being given by the captain, then they can just not do it. And then nothing happens to them, and then the orders get changed because they decided that that's not the right thing to do.
But here's the problem. All those generals, all those 4-star generals and all those guys, they're all the same thing as politicians. They're all put in those positions because they follow the line. They're all Freemasons.
Yeah, once you get past a certain level, then it's all politics.
Exactly. So all those guys that are in power now, those are all the guys that know what the fucking plan is for the New World Order and the one world reserve currency. So they're going to follow that. So when China and Russia start to attack, they're just going to not let our forces. They're just going to let our forces just stand down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's my issue. So there's still gonna there could be people in the government or in the military that want to be able to save the country.
Yeah,
but if the general is saying is bringing down orders, they have to follow those orders.
Well, that's why I was saying. That's why I was making the difference between our military and some other military, because if the majority of people didn't agree with the orders and they didn't do it, then they're getting executed.
Well, I don't see. That's the thing. I've never heard of that with the U.S. military, that you're allowed to you're allowed to I think it's in nuclear situations.
Yeah,
you're allowed to
there's two people.
Someone is allowed to check that balance.
Well, yeah, and then there's two.
think it's
There's
nuclear,
two
yeah.
people that go at like they both have a.
They both have a
They
key.
both have they both have a key, and then but they also have a gun too, just in case the other one doesn't want to fulfill the orders, or they can just not fulfill the orders at all. They
Right.
can both make the decision that like we don't want to do this.
Yeah. So there's something to that effect, but it's like but overall in the military, it's like you have to follow the orders.
Well, yeah, but there's also the chance of if you don't follow the orders, then
Then you won't get executed. Yeah, for sure. Like,
Well, yeah, there's like you could get go to prison. Like you can go to prison for
you go to prison, yeah.
but you don't get like if the majority of people is like okay, like I don't like this idea and I don't think that's what we should do, then they can bargain with the I don't know, I'm serious.
They can deal with the judge.
They can bargain with the people that gave them the orders, and then they can potentially change the orders. Whereas if you tried to do that in Russia, they're all dead.
Oh, yeah. In Russia, motherfuckers don't give a fuck.
Or like China, if you try to disrespect the order, it's not even disrespect. It's just like if you try to go against the order, if you try to steelman the order,
Yep.
then you're done for.
Yeah, man. It's honestly, listen, I think it's an absolutely crazy time to live in, but I'm happy because I also think that at the end of the day, this old system needs to collapse, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the collapse of the old system, but
What old system?
the old way of governing.
Like what?
The reason why this is all falling is because we no longer have enough. We can no longer support the debt that, like, we've all basically all of our bank accounts have run dry in a sense as we're burdened with way too much debt now.
Like the national debt? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, as a country, right?
Trillions of dollars.
Right, and so what they're doing now is they're changing the cycles, and now they're pumping more money into Africa, Asia, and South America, and Central and South America.
Yeah.
Because those people are going to basically be the new debt slaves. Because those people are people that don't have any debt whatsoever, and the banking systems in these countries are very difficult, and so no one really has credit as much. But now all of these systems they're all trying to get credit now, and what's happening is the exact same thing that happened here in the U.S. with all the debt is now going to start to happen in Africa and Asia and Central and South America, because now they are going to be the new debt slaves. So there's going to be trillions and trillions of dollars that are going to be pumped into these economies to build their middle classes and to build their classes, because that's the new debt slave. So the people in the U.S. no longer matter, because those people are no longer going to be the ones that are the main ones purchasing. The purchasing power is now going to go into all of the other countries, and the thing is that the consumerism in places like Colombia, for example, where I'm from, where I see it live, is insane, dude. Let's say, for example, one of the biggest celebrities there, his name is J Balvin. Right?
I'm familiar with
J
him.
Balvin. If J Balvin one day walks out and is only wearing one shoe and the other one is bare ass foot, every single person in Colombia, no matter what their age is going to follow that exact same thing. Like, for example, there was a trend at some point in time with
I don't know if that's that's consumerism though.
I mean, yeah, because it is consumerism, because then people are going to start looking like someone, and so now these celebrities are going out with their new era hats, and now everyone needs to get a new era hat.
Fashion trends though.
Well, that's if you really look at it, that's consumerism
and culture.
But that's consumerism.
Because
everyone's a consumer of whatever is popular.
But correlation is not causation.
Okay, true, sure. But let's say, for example, there was at one point there was a trend of like the fucking girls, crop tops. There was like this crazy trend in crop tops, but it was a certain type of crop top.
Yeah,
dude. Dog. I literally saw women that should not have been wearing crop tops wearing crop tops.
Oh, I see them all the time at Walmart.
Everywhere. But it was literally girls from it was from 2-year-olds to 99-year-olds. Like if that was a fashion trend, everyone wore it.
Ah, bro.
No matter what it was.
You not ever been to the damn Walmart in Taylorsville?
but what I mean here is that here it's different, because here there's a lot of sub like categories and genres of things.
Yeah.
And so not everyone follows just one trend. But in Colombia, it's like one trend this season.
I see what you're saying.
Everyone across the board.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the difference is that it's similar here, but like people.
But it's not as strong here anymore.
Look,
it used to be.
You don't have to like. You can buy a Nike T-shirt and not go broke for it.
Yeah.
They'll go without eating meat for like 2 weeks to get a fucking Nike shirt.
Oh shit.
A fake one to that end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people die for shit.
Wow.
So the consumerism is much more aggressive in those parts of the world.
Yeah.
Because the people have never had money.
Uh-huh.
And so now you're gonna have 100 million plus people now have more money that they ever had in their lives.
So what are you saying about what was you saying about the debt getting pushed on to other countries?
Well, that's what's happening. So now all these banks, all these central banks, and all these other banks in all these countries, they're starting to structure their banking and their credit systems like the ones here in the U.S. so they can in turn bring in all these new debt slaves. All of these people that have never had credit don't even know what credit is.
Oh, so you're saying that they're entering other countries and trying to get them to...
They're entering all the poor countries, spending trillions of dollars in those countries to build up the infrastructure of the economies, to then create all these people, to create these credit systems,
I see what you're saying.
And to enslave these people to always being in credit card debt and always paying this debt.
So
that's what I mean when I say debt slave.
Kind of makes sense. So you wasn't talking about like the national debt.
No, I was talking about credit card debt. Like,
okay. You're talking about the individual
personal loan debt.
Yeah, but made up as the whole.
Right.
I see exactly what you're saying.
Because look, for example, like 20 years ago, for example, like if you wanted to buy a house in Colombia, like, dude, the interest rates were like 20%.
Yeah.
So anyone,
that's crazy.
So no one. So you would basically just buy.
Nobody would have a house.
Right. You would just buy cash. You would buy it with cash. So if you save your money and buy with cash.
Yeah.
Same thing with the cars. Now there's a new credit system, and now people are being allowed to. It's the same type of credit system that they have in the U.S., and now people are allowed to do all these things, right? It's not as easy as it is here in the U.S., but it's a lot less difficult than it was 20 years ago.
So you're saying that the downfall of the U.S. is a direct correlation of the debt that is going on,
because now we're so racked up with debt that we can no longer sustain that debt ourselves, and they can't add more debt to us.
So you're saying the downfall now is basically like a longer, drawn out version of whenever we had the Depression in the 20s. Because that's the exact same thing that happened. That's the reason that there was a depression, was that they came along with this new kind of system of debt. And then you are able to have debt, and then they didn't know how to scale how much debt people could take on, so people took on way more debt than they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Or definitely way more debt than they could, and then in turn, the majority of people started doing that, and then they couldn't pay it back, and then there was just one thing led to another, and it all collapsed.
But the Great Depression also, a part of what also had to do with the Great Depression was also the fact that they got off the gold standard back then as well. So they were off the gold standard. Like, they were on the gold standard, had their own treasury before 1913, and then when they were taken off the gold standard and now put into the fiat system through the Federal Reserve, that also helped. That was also why the boom of the 20s happened, because of the Federal Reserve Act, the boom of the money, because money was cheap, and so like you said, like all these debt was created, and then that's how it all collapsed. So it has direct correlation with
they took
Federal
it
Reserve
off,
Act of 1913.
So they took it off of the gold standard, then put it back on at some point?
So it was on. I can't recall exactly what it was, but there was a point where, so before 1913, so from Andrew Jackson, so there was a first, I believe it was the first bank. It was called the First Bank of America, or First Bank of something. Andrew Jackson. There was two attempts. There was one other attempt before 1913, which I think was in the 1820s, which was with Andrew Jackson, was where he tried to bring the nationalized the money system, so we didn't have any debt. And I think that was the first time that they had established a bank. Yes, it's the first time they established the charter for a bank during that time, but then Andrew Jackson struck it down. And the second time was 1913 when it was actually successful for the Federal Reserve Act.
So they didn't take it. They didn't really. So when did they put it on the gold standard? And then when did they take it off?
It had always been pegged to the gold standard.
Because it was from my understanding
In the
that it happened
70s,
in Nixon.
So Nixon took it off the gold standard, but I think so. I may be getting it confused with not the gold standard, but just the nationalization of the money supply. I think that's what it was more. It's really the nationalization, and so there was no debt tied to our money, as opposed to the being on the gold. Because it was always no. Actually, no. You know what? I definitely have to look back at all this because now I'm thinking about the Great Depression, and I think that they also did in the Great Depression do that for a moment. They took off the gold standard. Let's ask ChatGPT because I think that's sometime in the 1930s there was a second time that the first time that they cut off the gold standard for whatever period of time because it was like a rush for the banks or some shit.
Yeah.
There was a bank holiday. Right after the crash in 1929, there was a bank holiday, and I think that's when they detached the value of the gold or something. And I think they re-implemented it again, and then Nixon did it again he took it off again in the 70s in 79. No, 79.
Wow.
What?
It's just a lot of
Information.
a lot of information. Yeah. Okay, right here. It's giving me a whole damn... hopefully it'll read it to me, because last time I couldn't get it to read it to me. And that was very unfortunate. Wow.
What?
Yeah, it is just a lot of information.
So tell it to do a summarized version.
Hold on, I got you. Maybe it'll read it out loud. Maybe it won't. Is our Yo, Seth, is our Wi-Fi working? Is the Wi-Fi working?
What up, Seth to Death on Meth? What's up, boy?
Yeah, we got Seth to Meth on Death in the house.
Meth to Death is Death on Death.
Meth to Death to Seth.
Seth to Death on Meth.
Seth to Death on Meth. Yep.
So is Wi-Fi working or are we Wi-Fi'd out?
I think we're Wi-Fi'd out, bro.
We're Wi-Fi canceled.
Yeah, and this is a lot to read. I'm not reading.
Damn, it's okay. So just ask them to do a condensed version.
Give me
a condensed version of this bullshit.
Summary. Give me a summary. The U.S. gold standard history can be summarized in four main phases. The bimetallic beginnings, 1792 through 1873. The U.S. initially adapted the bimetallic standard with both gold and silver. Oh, bimetallic. Oh, I was reading it fucking wrong. I'm an idiot. It says a standard with both gold and silver as legal tender, but shifted towards gold only by the Coinage Act of 1873. Gold Standard Era 1873 through 1933. The Gold Standard Act of 1900 made gold the sole currency standard, stabilizing value but limiting flexibility, which contributed to economic struggles during the Great Depression. And then Bretton Woods systems, 1944 through 1971. Post-World War II, the Bretton Woods systems pegged international currencies to the U.S. dollar, which remained gold-backed for foreign governments. This created stability, but ultimately proved unsustainable. It says, end of gold standard in 1971. In 1971, President Nixon ended the gold convertibility, fully transitioning the U.S. to a fiat currency system that gave the Federal Reserve more freedom to manage economy, monetary policy, gold reserve. Says since then the U.S. dollar has been based off of the trust of the government stability rather than the fixed gold's reserve. Yeah, I mean, so now basically the currency and the dollar is only worth whatever the people say it's worth.
Yep. Wild.
Whatever we decide it's worth.
Whatever the government decides is worth. Whatever
the people decide that it's worth. Because if the majority of people say that something is worth more now, then it's worth more. You know, and vice versa. If it's worth less now, then it's worth less because there's nothing to back it up. Because whenever it's backed by gold, then you kind of have a sense of stability. There's a sense of stability there. So whenever you take that gold away, then you have nothing to compare it to. Like that gold is X amount of dollars, and then that's what it is, and then it'll go up because of inflation and whatnot. But I think that if you don't have anything to back it up with, then inflation can go rampant or it cannot. Either way. And then it's just a point of whatever the government wants you to believe that it is.
Right. Yeah, man. I don't know. This is we're coming into some spooky season, dude.
Yeah,
shit's about to get real crazy.
Literally, it's about to be Halloween.
Yeah. Spooky dookie. Oh shit! It actually is about to be Halloween in like
tomorrow. Yeah, literally tomorrow. We're doing this on Wednesday, and then tomorrow is Halloween. So the country is going to shit, you guys. This is it. The country's done for. I think.
Yeah. I'm really considering leaving the class. I'm considering going to Dubai, honestly.
Oh yeah, I would love to live.
My friend, dude. Shout out to fucking Sam. Sam, I love you, dog.
Shout out to Sam.
Earthy out there. Look, my boy. Talk about a fucking come up. So my friend in Miami, amazing guy, Sam. He had a cryptocurrency that was basically related to Earthy. It's ecosystem. It's like a way for nonprofits, I think, or something about her helping the earth, with sustainability. Something. It's a really awesome technology and a really awesome thing, based off of just environmental protection or whatever it is. Anyways, point is, he started on this app. He got onto this journey, onto this technology, whatever it was, and now this man is living in Dubai, fully funded with the project. And he's about to scale and do some crazy shit. And he's just, it's crazy because I'm proud of him because I've seen the hard work that he put in into this shit. And now he's in Dubai living life. And I was texting him before. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I'm about to come live at fucking Dubai with you and open up a fucking club. And he's like, dude.
Bro.
Oh, he's like, I'll connect you. He's like, I have the people here to fund it.
Bro, the crime rate in Dubai is virtually none.
There is no crime. People will leave their $500,000 watches on the beach, on a chair, and no one steals.
Yeah, I think that is ideal. That is definitely ideal.
But here's the problem. You can't yell at a cop because you'll get arrested and you'll just do 3-4 years in jail.
Yeah.
If they catch you with weed, it can be a fucking death penalty.
And you can't go outside. You can't bring your wife outside on a Wednesday.
Nah, I don't know about all that. But I heard, but what I did hear is that ketamine is a rampant there because ketamine is
legal.
Is it's a medical thing. Motherfuckers just K'd the fuck out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
you can
crazy.
just go to a doctor and get a ketamine prescription.
Yeah.
So everyone just K'd out. Everyone's done, bro.
Whoa. Yeah. In Dubai is crazy.
But the thing is, Dubai, the shit in Dubai is wild, bro. It's so controlled. It's a smart city.
Yeah.
You can't drive above the speed limit because if you do, the cameras catch you and fine you immediately. Well,
I thought that there wasn't a speed limit in Dubai.
Dude, when those rich dudes go out to fucking drive, their drives end up costing them $20,000 because they're going down fucking 150 miles an hour, and the cameras catch them and they find them immediately.
Wow, but they're worth billions of dollars.
Right,
anyway,
so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't even matter.
But I heard it's fucking nuts, dude. I think I need to fucking go visit.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to go there.
Fucking would love that or anywhere or Dubai or like Abu Dhabi or Qatar.
Yeah.
Or Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, yeah, especially. Bro. Yeah, those places are crazy, but especially Dubai.
Dubai is fucking crazy, bro.
That's probably the hub of modern, just modernity in itself.
The hub of whore.
The hub of whore?
Yeah, the hub of whores.
No, that's Miami.
No, dude. No. What? Dude,
the hub of whores.
Hub of whores, bro. The Russians,
dude, women? I would not see that in Dubai. The hub of whores.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy. All all escorts. All the girls there are escorts.
Yeah.
Because you know.
But classy escorts.
Get the fuck out of here.
In Miami, they're not classy escorts. They're actually whores.
I mean, bro.
Yeah.
These are women that like charge like $5,000, $10,000 a night.
Yeah, but they also have no
Classy whores.
They have no
Classy
no diseases.
None
at all. They have no diseases. There's a standard to them.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
that's why there's a difference between a whore and a classy escort.
And they get paid $50,000 to get for like some chic to shit on them.
Some what?
Like some chic, one of those fucking Arab dudes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just wild shit out there.
Yeah, they go to a Diddy party and shit.
Yo, Diddy parties, bro.
Diddy parties are crazy.
I used to live in Miami. I've been invited to Diddy parties. We all knew Diddy was gay. We all knew Diddy was gay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, everybody knew Diddy was gay. If you lived in Miami and you were in the scene, you knew Diddy was gay.
They was saying that I think like his bodyguard or something came out and said
Diddy.
that the lube that was used, the reason why he had so much lube, like the gallons and gallons of lube, was that it wasn't fully lube. It had like GHB in it.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't lube. It was GHB.
Yeah.
It wasn't lube at all. It was
Which
just
is
GHB.
a drug for people that don't know. GHB.
Drug is a date rape drug.
Yeah. Or like
it could knock you out. But but a lot of people in the gay community use it.
It's like a euphoric drug.
Yeah, and you can't drink with it, but some people do and they get crazy. And GHB, I think, also has to do with like it makes the anal sex better. I think too. I don't know.
Whoa,
I've never tried
that
it.
is insane.
I don't know about all that, but
yeah, no, that's insane, man.
Yeah, so we had
shout out to Diddy.
Shout out to Diddy, bro. I can't wait to see the Meek Mill Diddy sex tape.
Oh man,
that
you think it's real?
Oh, I 100% believe that shit.
Wow.
I think he fucked all of those celebrities. Like,
you know, I wouldn't doubt it, and it wouldn't surprise me if it did happen.
Yeah.
It really wouldn't.
I
It
know.
does not surprise me at all. It would not surprise me if it all came out and it was
but that's all. They're doing this all on purpose.
or like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like 14 whenever he was hanging out with them.
Yeah.
And his parents didn't care.
Of course not.
Because they knew that they was getting the bag.
Yep.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
No, that is it. I think that crosses the line right there.
It does, man. That shit's fucked up.
It goes way past the line.
Yeah, there's a line and there's a Diddy.
Yeah, then there's Jeffrey Epstein.
And then there's Jeffrey Epstein. But him and Diddy all were
cool.
They were all the same, bro.
They worked together.
They're both fucking Mossad agents.
Yeah, just different skin tones.
Israeli fucking.
That was it.
Israeli operation, bro.
You think they were straw men?
I mean, they all had this. Yeah, for sure.
You think so?
Even them at that level don't know that shit.
What the fuck?
Because no one readily talks about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would never know.
You never know.
You would never know.
No, I feel like that they definitely, if that's the case with like the straw man shit, they definitely was not.
Yeah, niggas don't know about that shit. Nobody knows about that shit. I'm telling you, nobody knows about that stuff. Like, yes, people know about it. There's obviously people that know about it, or some that know about it a little bit, but like there aren't a lot of people that have actually gone through the process. And if you meet someone that's gone through the process, that man don't pay taxes. That man don't do nothing. The cops can't stop him. Nothing. Yeah. Like, you are literally a free human being. Yeah. No one can stop you from doing anything.
You're a diplomatic immunity.
Basically.
Shout the fuck out to diplomatic immunity. Shout out
to the diplomats, boy.
Yeah. Shout out to Sam.
Yo, Sam, love you, dog. Maybe we'll build a fucking club in Dubai.
Maybe you'll come by and we'll build a fort.
Yo, fuck yeah.
We can build a fort here. I got all the stuff. I got cushions right here. The sofa. We got cushions over there. We can build hella forts over here.
A cushion fort.
Exactly. You not ever did that?
Nah, I have.
Well, we can do that. Get Sam over here and we can do it even more.
Sam and Earthy, dog. All right, well,
yeah, we can wrap this shit up,
I gotta close the restaurant.
This is it.
Love you guys.
We love you with all of our heart and soul.
We may not ever see each other again after the elections, but if we do, the podcast will be fire.
Fuck yeah, it will.
Peace.
Peace. Love you. Bye.